Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ole Walls! Let's get fucking listening, baby! Yes!
Ooh, welcome to Ole Walls' house. It's me. It's your man. It's your main man. It's Ole Walls. And I'm back again. Episode number 78 coming your way on this wonderful 4th of July when you guys are going to be listening to this. Hope everyone had a wonderful 4th of July holiday. Got to cook out. Burgers, dogs, brats, beers, all the good stuff. Maybe some fireworks for some people tonight, or, if it's later in the week, maybe you've got the fireworks already. So hopefully everybody enjoyed a wonderful 4th of July, the birth of the best country in the world, ladies and gentlemen, USA. So thank you, everybody, for coming and stopping by today. I just want to say I appreciate all you guys, appreciate all the time you spent listening and watching. So thank you. Thanks as always to producer Kevin for keeping this thing on the rails. And again, just huge thanks to the fans. There's so many of you out there, there's, it's unquantifiable. So thank you, everybody. A little housekeeping, as you guys know, if you could, it helps if you rate, review, comment, subscribe, share, tell people about it. And, that's the biggest help you can do. It's just telling people and sharing it and commenting and rating and reviewing and subscribing. So, yeah, so fun show coming up. Running solo here today. We're going to talk some Guardians baseball. There's a golf tournament. We got to talk about my passing thoughts. A little WWE included in those passing thoughts. So fun show coming up. But before we get to that show, we got an ad read. Liquid IV. It's the time of the year. It's summer. It's warm. It's hot. You're going to want to hydrate. And what better way to help you with your refueling than Liquid ID? 1 stick, 5 essential vitamins, 2 times faster hydration than water alone. First thing in the morning when you're heading out to play golf, maybe going to a workout. I love it. Festival season. If you're into festival season, Liquid IV wants me to tell you about festival season. I use it. I'm a user now. I like the little packs. Dump it into your water bottle. You throw that in a Gatorade squirt bottle. You see me drinking a lot of times. Good to go. Take it right to the golf course with you. Refuel from the night before. Get a couple too many drinks in you. I'm a Concord grape guy, but they got all sorts of flavors. Sea berry, strawberry lemonade, watermelon, strawberry, passion fruit, guava. All sorts of stuff. So you should go out and get some. 12 delicious flavors, 5 essential vitamins: B3, B5, B6, B12, and vitamin C. 3 times, not 1, not 2, but 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. Made with premium ingredients, non-GMO and free from gluten, dairy, and soy. Liquid IV has donated over 39 million servings in 50 countries around the world. So how about that? Well, if you want 20% off on Liquid IV, you know how to get it. There's a link, or you go to liquidiv.com. Use my offer code OWH at checkout. That gets you 20% off. So whenever you're ready to shop better hydration, click the link below. Use promo code OWH. All right, let's get into the show. Big Dick Rickie Fowler. Big Dick Rick is back. I think we can officially say Big Dick Rick is back, man. After, playing some bad golf for a long stretch of time, Rickie Fowler back in the winner's circle after he kind of choked one away. Choked maybe a little harsh on him at the U.S. Open. Rickie Fowler with some stones late to secure the victory in Detroit. Rocket Mortgage Classic, another absolute shootout. For a PGA Tour victory, 24 under, plays off, 3-way playoff. Adam Hadwin and Colin Morikawa complete the triumvirate in the playoff. Hadwin, nice little finish from him. He birdies 2 of the last 4. Has a good look at it in the playoff to make birdie as well. Good performance from him. And Colin Morikawa, who's kind of been wandering around out in no man's land, puts together a solid week. He goes 66, 67, 67, 64 today to kind of sneak himself back into it. And he had a putt burn the edge on 18 in regulation that would have won him the golf tournament. I believe he hit all 14 fairways today, if I'm not mistaken hearing it. But Rickie absolutely stones one. Just stones one on 18 in regulation to make birdie to get himself in the playoff. And then in the playoff, blows driver almost off the map, but works out all right for him. Ends up just hitting another great shot in there. Adam Hadwin is just outside him, gives him the line, and he buries it. Buries the putt to win in extra holes, in the first playoff hole. And Rickie Fowler is a winner on the PGA Tour for the first time since the 2019 Waste Management Phoenix Open in February of 2019. So, yeah, Big Dick Rick is back. Only his 6th win. I was a little surprised by that. He has a couple of European Tour wins. He won the Scottish Open and Abu Dhabi. So they are solid European Tour wins. And then he did win the Cologne, Kolon, Koolon Korea Open. He won the Korea Open. He did beat Rory, but I think Rory was the only other guy in that field. So the 6 wins on the tour, a couple good European Tour wins. That the Korean Open's not a great win. You know, a guy whose claim to fame before this was he top 5'd all 4 majors in a year. That was a long time ago. That was in 2014. So good to see him back. This gives him a huge boost in the Ryder Cup, in making the Ryder Cup team. We'll get there in a second. Just it's kind of funny. A pretty good leaderboard at the very top. You know, Rickie, Adam Hadwin, who's been playing some solid golf himself. It feels like. I don't know why I think that. Let's see if that's true at all. But it feels like he's kind of been hanging around. He has 4 top 10s in this year. So, okay. So I feel a little validated by that. Hopefully they weren't all like in the early silly season. Well, one was the Texas Children's Houston Open in November. So top 10 in Phoenix. That was a long time ago. 2nd at Zurich. That's the team event. T12 at the Canadian Open. 59th at the U.S. Open. 40 at the PGA. T34. Huh. Yeah, honestly. T13 at the Players. So he showed up occasionally. Like, I don't know, done just enough to make me think he's played decent. You know, T13 at the Players. Misses a cut at the Valspar. Misses the cut at the RBC. You know, you hear his name at Zurich. That makes sense, I guess. So, but Rickie's been playing some good golf, and good to see him get back in the winner's circle. Golf's more interesting when Rickie Fowler is involved. He makes for you know, good discussions, good things to talk about. So happy he won for the conversation, if nothing else. And I tend to like the guy. Like I said, top of the leaderboard, Rickie Fowler had Colin Morikawa, who's been on the struggle bus himself a bit here. Kind of, you know, this year and maybe last year a little bit. Good to see him kind of come into form, you know, especially as we're talking Ryder Cup stuff with him. Outside of that, you know, you're talking some pretty weird names here. You got Taylor Moore, Lucas Glover, who's got a long putter now, Peter Kust, who I believe is a Korn Ferry guy who Monday qualified in, and Monday Q on Twitter was talking about how Monday qualifying in is actually like a great idea for Korn Ferry Tour guys because it's actually a little like easier fields because you get exempt to the actual Monday qualifier. You don't have to qualify for the Monday. And it's been kind of going about it that way. Then you're talking just some weird names. Adam Schenk, Justin Lauer, Steven Yeager, Alex Noren, Peter Malnati, Brian Harmon, Lil B, Aaron Rye, Chris Kirk, like names you kind of know if you watch golf, Carl Yuan, Taylor Pendrith, but like they're down the list. Max Homa, a decent finish for him at least. He's not been trending in the right direction. Keegan Bradley hanging around, playing decent golf. What happened to Ludwig? Where'd he go? There's woo, Dylan. Woo. Hang on. Where's Ludwig? Oofda. Ludwig. Oofda. Not a good weekend. 73, 72 on the weekend after opening up 65, 67. Oof. Not how you wanted it. How many big names missed the cut? Lost their Cameron Champ. Those are names, but they stink. Duffner, he's no good anymore. Nick Hardy, RBC. Webb Simpson, who seemed like he was playing decent golf. Was that last year, maybe? So, I mentioned the Ryder Cup a couple times here. As I said, we're going to start talking more and more about the Ryder Cup. This was a big win for Rickie Fowler. There's been a lot of Rickie should be on the Ryder Cup team, kind of like floating in the atmosphere. And this win really is going to be helpful for him. It says he's 16th? Is this updated? There'd have to be a little red arrow on the way. Last updated July 2nd, 2023. What time on July 2nd? Let me see if I can get an update here. See if this is correct. Check out No Laying Up's Twitter. They usually tweet about this shit. No, nothing for us. Nothing, I say. Let's just search Ryder Cup. See what that gives us. That's not what I wanted. I want the regular search, not just them. Ryder Cup. See if we can get some standings here, because I'm not sure. While I'm at it, as I'm scrolling through here, I'm seeing a lot of like the live Twitter bots be like, Taylor Gooch. We need to have Taylor Gooch on the team. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, yeah, see, that's the fucking Ryder Cup website's not even updated. I had to go to, this Twitter guy's great. Nosfertu at VC606. Guy's got all the juice. Okay, top 6. Scotty Scheffler, Wyndham Clark, Brooks Koepka, Xander, Patrick Cantlay, Max Homa. Homa's been kind of sliding. So those 6 are in. Now we start going down the list. 7, Keegan Bradley. He's in right now. 8, Jordan Spieth. Colin Morikawa moves up to 9th with his performance, which is big for him. So I'd say those 3 are all in. Cam Young at 10, not a lock. Sam Burns at 11, not a lock. Rickie Fowler at 12, unless he, shits the bed coming in for the rest of the season. I think he's almost in. So I think that gives us 10. Yeah, the 6 qualifiers: Keegan, Spieth, Morikawa. Justin Thomas is 13. Unless he keeps posting 80s, and he found some stuff a little bit here recently, he's going. So now we're at 11. So now you're talking your final spot from guys like Sam Burns, Cameron Young, Denny McCarthy, Kurt Kitayama, Harris English are all around there, and then Tony Finau. I guess you kind of got to keep Dustin Johnson in the discussion. But it'll be interesting where we go. So if it's me, you got your top 6 locked in. I'm taking Keegan Bradley, Spieth, Morikawa. I'm taking Rickie and JT. So now I got 11. I mean, do you go Sam Burns? He's just not been doing anything. Finau, Harris English, just kind of lurking around out there. I mean, it's so embarrassing that the fucking Ryder Cup can't just update their fucking site. So yeah, as of right now, I think there's 1 spot wide open. There's a couple spots that might be iffy, but I can't believe there's any way that Justin Thomas isn't on the team. I think, again, unless Rickie totally shits the bed on his way in, I think he's on the team. I think Keegan is in, Spieth in, Morikawa's in. So I really think there's 1 spot open. 1 spot open. And it sure is fucking going to Taylor Gooch, because I don't know how you value. It's tough to value live tournaments. No cuts, only 48 guys. Half of them stink. Like, that's really the thing. It's like you're playing like 25 guys. Like, there's like an upper echelon of guys. Like Lee Westwood is not good. Ian Poulter's not good. Chase Koepka. What did Chase Koepka shoot today? I think I saw something. He shot like 15 over. Give me a leaderboard here. Live Golf leaderboard. So, yeah, like your top guys, your Taylor Gooch, your Bryson, your Brooks. I mean, shit, it falls off pretty quickly after those guys. Like Sebastian Munoz is in fourth. I just clicked off the leaderboard. Sebastian Munoz, Patrick Reed, Kokrak, DJ's down there, Waco. Sergio's still been playing solid. Cam Smith, Thomas Peters. But I mean, he was even in this tournament. So what, 12 fucking shots back? Abe Answer. I mean, Louis old as shit. Richard Bland, Pat Perez. I mean, Phil sucks outside of just occasional flashes. Gosh, Leishman and Nah. You haven't heard anything from Leishman and Nah or Brandon Grace. Man, Pyatt, Harold Varner, 8 over. Peter Uline's just there because his name is Peter Uline. Chucky 3 Sticks went to. I forgot Chucky 3 6 went to live. Chase Koepka, 15 over, 14 over. Like, I don't know. I mean, guys who are 10 plus over, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys of an already small ass field. I mean, how many guys broke par? Where were they even playing? That's a great question. Where were they playing? 13 guys broke par for the weekend. I mean, that's just interesting. How many guys broke par? Where's my Rocket Mortgage leaderboard still here? I mean, God, it's way different, but I mean, nobody who made the cut at the Rocket Mortgage was over par. I mean, I have no idea. Like, the Rocket Mortgage, obviously, Detroit Golf Club is a place where people take it deep, but fuck Taylor Gooch. Brooks Koepka, 100% in. Even if he wasn't in on points right now, I think you pick him. Like, and he was a guy that, like, didn't fucking, talk shit the whole way. So, all right, I've rambled on about the golf long enough here, probably. So, let's keep this thing rolling. The Cleveland Guardians try and ruin my Sunday night, but by the skin of their teeth, they hold on in extras, beat the Cubs, win the series, a 2-series win week. A loss tonight really would have been bad. After getting 2 fairly easy from the Royals, dump a bad loss to the Royals on Thursday. Or sorry, the first game against the Royals was kind of tough. Second game against the Royals, 14-1. That's what I'm talking about. Dump a bad loss to the Royals on Thursday. 4-3 loss. And then just get absolutely fucking drubbed by the Cubs on Friday, 10-1. Then bounce back, 6-0 win against the Cubs. Things start trending up. You got a chance to win back-to-back series. You go up 6. You get up 6-0, and then you go up 6-1 into the 8th, give up a homer in the 8th, and then in the 9th, just an absolute debacle. Clase comes in. He hasn't pitched in a while. They get him some work. He's not pitching. It's not his best stuff. Josh Naylor's bobbling balls, 2 of them that could have got out of the inning. Ends up in extras, but credit to Josh Naylor. My man stepped up, ripped one right up the middle, brought home 2 runs. He goes from 0 to hero. So it's a good week. 4-2 week, 2 series wins. It's next week is going to be tough. We'll be into next week, obviously, by the time this comes out. But, the good thing is it's a home week. Hosting the Braves, probably the hottest team in baseball. They're just knocking the fucking cover off the ball. So, hopefully can hold on there. I forgot to say a couple things. Will Brennan had a nice Tuesday, 3 hits. 3 hits for the kid coming back to his hometown. Trevor Stephan was getting shelled Thursday when they gave up a 2-0 lead in the 8th against the Royals. he gives up the home run and was kind of getting batted around on a little bit in the 8th tonight too, Sunday night. So, and Thursday, oh my God, I'm glad I went back and looked at my notes. Fucking Jose Ramirez stole home in the top of the 10th. My man stole home to take the lead in extra innings. What a stud. What a stud. Also, let's make it harder to watch baseball. I know every sport's probably got blackouts, but baseballs are still a thing. Couldn't watch Friday because it was blacked out. Saturday, didn't end up being able to watch either because it was supposed to be on Fox, like Big Fox, not like Fox Sports or anything. And the rain delay. So when it does go, they put like the Mariners game on. So then when the game does start, we're like into like the Fox local news channels, and they didn't break away from those to play the game. So I didn't get to see Saturday night's game. And somehow my phone was not getting hit with blackout stuff today, and I was able to watch my phone. Had to watch the whole game on my fucking phone. I got to watch. Almost ruined my night, but hey, we got to watch. Like I said, Braves to start off the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 games. God, win one, find a way to win one. Just don't get swept is kind of what you're thinking. I think the Braves have won, let's double check, 8 straight maybe? As of this moment. They've won 8 straight and 9 of their last 10. 9 of their last 10. Let's see if we can go a little farther back. Atlanta Braves. So they just swept the Marlins. That was a big series. In the Marlins series, they scored 16, 7, and 6 runs. Had just swept the Twins as well. Took 2 of 3 from the Reds. Took 2 from the Phillies. So that's 10 of 11. 14 of 15 with a sweep of the Rockies. 15 of 16. That's a 4-game sweep of the Rockies. Took 2 of 3 from the Tigers. Had taken 2 of 3 from the Nats. Swept the Mets. Took 2 of 3 from the Diamondbacks. Last time they lost the series, the Oakland Athletics, back at the very end of May, stole 2 of 3 from them. And the Braves and the Phillies had taken 2 of 3. They'd split with the Phillies in a 4-game set just before that. And then the Dodgers had taken 2 of 3. So you got to go back to the end of May. The end of May. I mean, their record in June, Jesus Christ, what was it? 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, 7-1, 7-2, 9-3, 12-3, 13-3, 14, 15, 15-4, 16-4, 17-4, 18-4, 19-4, 24, 21-4, 22, 23-4. I guess 2 of those games. So it would have been 21-4 in June and then 2-0 in July already. Holy moly. Maybe they're just getting, maybe everything's a circle. Got to come back around at some point eventually. Why not now? Jesus, just win 1 game. So, after the Braves, 4-game homestand with the Royals. Got to win 3 of those. You got to think. So, 1-2 against the Braves, 3-1 against the Royals, 4-3 week. That's a successful week. 3-4. I mean, you lose, you get swept and then split with the Royals. Oofta. What else? 2 All-Stars, Jose Ramirez and Emmanuel Clase. Clase having a solid year despite tonight. So, I think that's about all we got. Yeah, this is the like the last stretch of these bunch of games here. Finishing up next Sunday, hosting the Royals. That will be last game before the All-Star break. So, like I said, somehow, some way, steal one from the Braves. Doesn't look like we've got the best of their pitchers coming to us. On Tuesday, it's a guy who I don't think has started a game yet this year. And the guys on Monday and Wednesday I don't believe they're like their aces. I'm not totally up on the Braves, so I could be very wrong there. But I'm almost positive Tuesday, the guy going up against Bieber hasn't started a game yet this year. I don't even know if he's appeared. So that seems like you got our ace going up against a guy that's a little unproven. That's probably the one. So, well, all right, that's all for baseball. So let's keep rolling. Time for my passing thoughts. This was something I missed from last week. I don't know how I forgot to do it, but I did. I had browsers open. I had it on my list of things. The Stephen F. Austin bowling team is embroiled in controversy. The head coach, Amber Lemke, had hired her husband, Steve Lemke. Well, Steve was banging one of the bowlers. It was consensual. Then Amber, Steve's wife, the head coach, found the text messages. So Steve was fired. And you want to talk about fucking amazing. Listen to these quotes. Here we go. This is Steve. Quote, I knew it was kind of a no-no, but there's no rule saying it can't happen. There's not a law saying I'm going to jail for doing something like this. There's nothing in stone. I guess it's just an ethics code. Like we frown upon it, but there's no rule. There's no law broken. You think it's frowned upon, buddy? You were banging one of the players or bowlers. I don't know. Oh, God. Here we go. Amber Lemke decided to not comment. So here's about the text messages. It didn't have anything, and I quote, it didn't have anything in detail. It was just about how amazing I am, basically, in general perspective. Amber saw that and questioned me, and I got to the point where it just built up so much that I basically told her the truth after she dug through my phone. End quote. My guy's like, yep, just fucking text about how fucking great I am. Woo! Here, this is the best one. This is the best. I was the stay-at-home dad for 5 years with the kids while Amber got to go off and coach the team. And when she'd get back, I'd run practices on top of taking care of the kids while she was back, Steve Lemke said. The quote continues. When they'd travel again, I would sit back and take care of the kids. Then when I got hired, she almost forced me to run practices. I was a volunteer the entire time before that trying to help out Amber. Once I got hired on, one thing stemmed from another. I felt like I was doing too much for what I was being valued at. My man said, you know what? I was working too hard as the assistant bowling coach and being a father, so I decided to go get myself some young ass. Gotta love it. Steve Lemke, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause. Big round of applause. What a fucking idiot. Speaking of idiots, this was funny but not funny in the same aspect because, pretty dark humor, but watch Mission Impossible Fallout. Great movie. Very excited for Dead Reckoning here shortly. In the movie, Alec Baldwin's character is quoted as he's pointing a gun at a character saying, I think this one's loaded. You want to find out? In hindsight, hashtag does not age well. Does not age well. What else is on here that's stupid? Let's go with the stupid things for a while. I'll tell you what's stupid. The par 3 12th hole at Janesville Riverside Country Club. It's where I did my qualifier last week. Was unsuccessful, shot a 77, needed to shoot a 72. I 3-putted 4 times. That was the big story of my day, is I couldn't lag putt to save my life. But their 12th hole is like a 100-yard par 3, and there's a fucking tree in the middle of the hole. I might actually have a picture here. There's a tree in the middle of the hole. I don't have a picture. Did I delete the picture? But they're like, who puts a tree there? Who throws a shoe? Honestly. Actually, I might be able to find the picture this way. Hang on. Hold up. Here it is. There's a tree in the middle of the fucking hole. You had to hit it over the tree. Just lunacy. Absolute lunacy. Other dumb stuff. Pizza ovens. We're going to try and ban those now in New York City for global warming purposes or climate change, whatever it is. God, I was making a tea time for a golf course here by me. I had to make an account to do it. And I had to make a password for the account. And it was the most ludicrous password ever. Like, its requirements were I couldn't have any letters doubled up at all in the entire thing. So if like your password was boob, nope, not allowed. Double letters. Oh, can't do it. Then it was just like taking like passwords I put in and being like, nah, this one got hacked on something else on the dark web or some shit like 16 years ago, and you cannot use it. To be honest, if you made me look up, tell me what the password was, I just started hitting random fucking buttons. And so I've got a password with random buttons that I'll never, ever be able to get back again. What else do we got going on? ESPN's firing everybody. I mean, you can look at the list of people they fired. That is just, oofta. They're just getting rid of everybody. Max Kellerman, Neil Everett's done. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Just a tip. Well, ESPN's firing everybody. Dylan Brooks, everybody's favorite big mouth from the Memphis Grizzlies, who got his shit shoved in his face after he talked shit about LeBron. He just signed a contract for 4 years and $80 million. My dude's getting $20 million a year. He stinks. He stinks. What else we got going on here? I was in a hotel traveling for work, just watching TV, and I'm just like, you're just flipping through the channels like it's 1998, and you don't have any idea what's on. Yeah, you either got to go to the the guide page, or you just got to be like, let's see what the fuck's happening here. We're just flipping through. I ended up getting stuck on like CNN or something like that for a second. I was flipping by, and they were talking about like these people that like to talk to kids about sex. If you like telling kids about sex, whatever kind of sex, you're a fucking weirdo and probably need your ass kicked in the least. So don't talk to kids about sex. Don't be fucking freaks. Don't be freaks. Fun stuff. Canelo will now face Jermell Charlo, not Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo is the 160-pound champ. He has not fought in a couple years. He's going through an ugly divorce and custody battle for his children, apparently, and said he would not be ready to face Canelo, which paved the way for his brother Jermell, that's E-L, Jermell Charlo, to step in and take his place. Jermell Charlo is the 154-pound undisputed champion, so this is going to be undisputed against undisputed. Jermell will be bumping up 2 weight divisions, not just one. So he's skipping 160 to get to 168. Are they twins? Yeah, they're twins. So I would have to imagine the weight difference isn't that crazy. I mean, if Jermall was going to be there. So Jermell, identical twin. Jermell is younger by 1 minute. I wonder how they decided who got to be the heavier fighter. Like who got to fight at 160 and who fight at 154. And that's going to be targeted for September 30th, not the 16th the 16th would be 2 weeks before, which is Canelo's typical Mexican Independence Day that he likes to fight on. So there's that. 25th anniversary of the Mankind and Undertaker Hell in a Cell match. If you've never seen that, just go check it out. It's hard to believe people haven't seen Mankind getting tossed off the top. Mick Foley, JR's incredible call. As God is my witness, that man is broken in half. Jerry the King has a great call later in the match when Mankind goes through the through the cell. He's like, that's it, he's dead. And then Undertaker and Mankind, Mick Foley also did a thing where they watched it together and just kind of talked about it. That was very cool to see and just kind of like follow along with them and like them reliving it. It was always kind of like made you think that you're always made to think that it was a huge surprise when Foley went back through the cage on top. I think it was a surprise it happened so easily, but by the sounds of them talking, it seems like that was always the plan. So that was kind of one thing I picked up. Very cool, fun match. If you've never watched it, if you're not a wrestling fan even, that might be something for you to check out. It's kind of fucking absurd. We Didn't Start the Fire was remade by Fall Out Boy for a more modern, time, to include, references of current time. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. What else? I think that's about everything except for Money in the Bank this weekend. WWE did Money in the Bank from London. Hot crowd. I love the time slot in the afternoon. You can have a couple day drinking a little bit, get it done. And then I went over and I caught the 4th of July, little festivities in my town. So that was nice. The women's Money in the Bank had a great ending. Io Sky handcuffed Bailey and Becky Lynch to each other in the things. It was great. Men's Money in the Bank was good. LA Knight, that dude is over like Rover. The place was going nuts for him. I have just become a little familiar with him lately. That dude's popular, quite popular. What else? Rollins's entrance was sweet. He just stood on the apron for like, I don't know, a good 30, 40 seconds at least, if not closer to a minute, just standing there doing nothing. And the crowd was doing the, oh, I can't do it. I have terrible, I can't even get the right, sequence. Is sequence the word? Sequence isn't the word. They were serenading him. And then the final match, Reigns, the Bloodline Civil War, in case you were watching, you heard that 700 times. That was fun match. Roman Reigns pinned for the first time since December of 2019, and the man to do it is Jey Uso. Last man to do it, Baron Corbin, December of 2019. All in all, fun show. And I have a great time watching WWE when I don't really watch from week to week. If I watch from week to week, I kind of turn into the jaded asshole. But if I just flip it on a weekend, I'm like, oh, I got nothing else going on. I'll watch some WWE or, catch a random segment of Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown, a couple times a month, just flip in see if something cool's on. I enjoy the hell out of it. So I think that's all I got. Yeah, that's all we got. Let's go wrap this thing up. Closing time, everybody. Just want to say thank you, as always, to everybody coming and checking it out. So thank you. I appreciate all you. Once again, thank you, producer Kevin. I appreciate you keeping the video portion of this thing rolling. So thank you so much. As always, we'll be back next week. We'll have more stuff. Forewarning, it may be a pre-recorded. I may record something here shortly. Whether today or tomorrow, and just have that ready to go. If that's the case, I have no idea what to cover. If I end up recording something live for the week, whatever's happening, we're going to have something next week. It just could be kind of pre-recorded and a little outdated by the time it comes out, but we'll have something. And remember, if you need Liquid IV, link in the show notes here, promo code OWH. That's O for Ole, W for Walls, and H for House. Ole Walls House. So we'll see y'all next week. Till then, peace.